Hello, fellow soap opera enthusiasts. It's your dedicated team here at TV Days Drama Digest channel where we dive deep into the twists, turns, and hair-jerking moments that make daytime television an addictive escape from reality. If you're anything like us, you're glued to your screens every weekday, eagerly awaiting the next bombshell in the ever-evolving saga of Salem's residents. On Days of Our Lives. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most gripping storylines currently unfolding Oni that has fans buzzing with speculation, heartbreak, and a healthy dose of outrage. We're talking about the perilous predicament of Sarah Horton, portrayed by the talented Linsey Godfrey. Could this be the setup for Godfrey's temporary departure from the show? Buckle up, dear readers, because we're about to dissect this dramatic episode with all the detail, emotion, and intrigue it deserves. We'll explore the events leading up to this shocking incident, the fallout that's sure to ripple through Salem, and why we can't shake the feeling that Sarah's fate might involve a coma-inducing twist that keeps hair on the edge of our seats. To truly appreciate the gravity of this situation, let's rewind and set the stage with some essential background on the characters involved. Sarah Horton, the resilient doctor and daughter of the legendary Maggie Horton Kyriakis, has been a cornerstone of Days of Our Lives since her introduction, played with nuance and vulnerability by Linsey Godfrey since 2018 with a brief hiatus. Sarah embodies the classic soap heroine, strong-willed, compassionate, and perpetually entangled in romantic and familial chaos. Her life in Salem has been a rollercoaster of love lost and found. From her ill-fated relationships with Rex Brady and Eric Brady to the devastating loss of her child, Mickey, in a tragic switcheroo orchestrated by Kristen DiMera. Godfrey's portrayal has brought layers of depth to Sarah, making her a fan favorite who we root for even as the writers throw obstacle after obstacle in her path. Enter Rachel Black, the pint-sized powerhouse who's no stranger to controversy. As the daughter of Brady Black and Kristen DiMera, Rachel carries the weight of her parents' tumultuous history on her young shoulders. But in this storyline, Rachel's actions take a darker turn, blending innocence with unintentional malice in a way that's both heartbreaking and infuriating. Rachel, you see, has been at the center of a custody battle that's torn families apart, and her recent discovery of Sarah's past sins adds fuel to an already blazing fire. Sarah's confession about kidnapping Rachel as a baby driven by grief over her own lost child sets the stage for a confrontation that's equal parts redemption and revenge. Now let's delve into the heart of the matter, the infamous pistachio ice cream incident. Picture this, a seemingly innocent afternoon in Salem, where tensions simmer beneath the surface like a pot about to boil over. Rachel, armed with the knowledge of Sarah's allergy to pistachios, a detail she gleaned perhaps from over here, conversations or family lore, decides to play a dangerous game. In a moment of childish spite or misguided retribution, she intentionally serves Sarah a scoop of pistachio ice cream. The scene unfolds with agonizing slowness on screen. Sarah, unsuspecting and perhaps trying to bridge the gap with her young stepdaughter, or whatever complicated relation they share through the Brady Black web, takes a bite. The reaction is immediate and visceral. Her throat closes, her face flushes, panic sets in. The camera lingers on Godfrey's expressive eyes, wide with terror as she clutches at her neck, gasping for air. It's a masterclass in dramatic tension, heightened by the soap opera staples of slow-motion shots and swelling orchestral music that underscores the life-or-death stakes. But why did Rachel do it? At the time, she was blissfully or perhaps willfully ignorant of the full context behind Sarah's kidnapping of her. As an infant, the kidnapping itself was a plot point ripped from the annals of Days' history. Sarah, devastated by the death of her baby who was actually switched at birth, snapped and took Rachel, believing it was her only path to motherhood. It was a desperate act born of profound grief, one that Sarah has spent years atoning for. Rachel, upon learning snippets of this dark chapter, reacts not with understanding but with raw, unfiltered anger. Her decision to exploit Sarah's allergy feels like a child's version of vigilante justice, impulsive, reckless, and utterly devastating. Yet, as the storyline progresses, we see glimmers of remorse in Rachel's character. After Sarah's confession spills out in a tearful monologue, Rachel's tough exterior cracks. She realizes the depth of Sarah's pain, the humanity behind the monster she imagined. In a poignant scene, Rachel attempts to make amends, perhaps with a hurried apology or a frantic search for help, but the damage is done. The poison, metaphorical and literal, has already taken hold. Thankfully, fate intervenes in the form of quick thinking and modern medicine. Sarah, ever the prepared medical professional, carries an EpiPen in her pursuit detail that adds a layer of realism to the high-drama world of soaps. As her symptoms escalate, hives spreading like wildfire across her skin, her breathing reduced to ragged wheezes, she manages to administer the life-saving injection. Enter Roman Brady, the steadfast patriarch and former police commissioner, who wastes no time dialing 911. The sirens wail in the background as paramedics rush in, stabilizing Sarah just in the nick of time. But survival doesn't mean unscathed. The episode leaves us with Sarah pale and weakened, her body racked by the aftereffects of anaphylactic shock. Her vital signs flicker on the hospital monitor, a beep-beep rhythm that's both reassuring and ominous. Is this the end of her ordeal or merely the beginning of a deeper plunge into peril? This brings us to the burning question that's ignited forums, social media threads, and water cooler conversations across the globe. Will Sarah Horton slip into a coma, sidelining her from the action and potentially paving the way for Linsey Godfrey's temporary exit? Let's unpack this speculation with the dramatic flair it deserves. In the cutthroat world of soap operas, comas are a tried-and-true tropey narrative device that allows characters to hover in limbo, keeping actors off-screen for maternity leaves, contract negotiations, or other real-life commitments without permanently writing them out. Think back to iconic coma storylines, Bo Brady's prolonged unconsciousness after a motorcycle accident, or Sammy Brady's brush with death that led to months of bedside vigils and family feuds. For Sarah, a coma would fit seamlessly into her arc, amplifying the emotional stakes and giving other characters like Xander Kyriakis, her on-again off-again love interest, a chance to shine in their grief and determination. Imagine the scenes: Xander, with his brooding Scottish accent and reformed bad boy charm, pacing the hospital corridors, his face etched with worry. He'd clash with Brady over Rachel's role in the incident, fists clenched, voices raised in heated accusations. Maggie, Sarah's mother, would be a pillar of quiet strength, her eyes brimming with unshed tears as she holds vigil, whispering prayers and reminiscences of Sarah's childhood. And Rachel herself? The guilt would consume her, transforming the precocious child into a vessel of regret. We'd see flashbacks, artfully edited montages of Sarah's kinder moments with Rachel, juxtaposed against the ice cream betrayal, to hammer home the tragedy. The coma could last weeks or months, during which Salem's underbelly churns with subplots, perhaps Kristen DeMera schemes to exploit the vulnerability. Or a mysterious figure from Sarah's past emerges, claiming to have a cure or a secret that could change everything. Why do we at TV Days Drama Digest suspect this coma twist is imminent? For starters, the show's history is rife with such developments. Days of Our Lives has mastered the art of the medical cliffhanger, using allergies, accidents, and ailments to propel storylines forward. Sarah's allergic reaction isn't just a one-off event, it's a catalyst loaded with potential. The not very well survival hinted at in the episode suggests complications, spurs organ strain from the epinephrine, or a secondary infection that creeps in while she's weakened. Godfrey's real-life circumstances add another layer. The actress has been open about her health struggles, including a past battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and rumors swirl about possible time off for personal reasons. While we respect her privacy, soap insiders whisper that this storyline might be a graceful way to give her a breather, much like when she briefly left in 2021. But let's not stop at speculation, let's explore the broader implications for the show. A comatose Sarah would ripple through every corner of Salem. Xander, already a fan favorite anti-hero, could spiral into self-destructive behavior, perhaps reverting to his criminal ways in a quest for vengeance against Rachel or even Brady. This would test his growth, forcing him to confront his demons while clinging to hope for Sarah's recovery. Brady and Kristen's co-parenting dynamic would fracture further, with Kristen defending Rachel's actions as innocent mischief, while Brady grapples with paternal disappointment. Rachel's character development could take a fascinating turn: therapy sessions, school troubles, or even a run-in with the law, all stemming from this one impulsive act. And don't forget the medical drama. Sarah's colleagues at University Hospital, like Kayla Brady and Trip Johnson, would be front and center, debating experimental treatments or ethical dilemmas. To add more depth, consider the thematic resonance. Days of Our Lives has always been about forgiveness, redemption, and the blurred lines between hero and villain. Sarah's kidnapping of Rachel was a low point, but her journey since has been one of atonement. Rachel's retaliation mirrors that cycle of hurt, raising questions about generational trauma and dysfunctional families. A coma would force characters and viewers to reflect on these themes. We'd see heartfelt monologues, Sarah's spirit and dream sequences, naturally urging Rachel to forgive herself, or Maggie confronting Kristen about the toxic legacy she's passed down. Now let's pivot to the actress herself, Linsey Godfrey, whose performance elevates this storyline from standard soap fare to must-watch television. Godfrey brings a raw authenticity to Sarah, drawing from her own experiences to infuse the character with emotional truth. Her chemistry with co-stars like Paul Telfer's Xander is electric, turning simple scenes into sizzling encounters. If Godfrey does take a hiatus, it wouldn't be the first time Days has navigated such changes. Remember when Allison Sweeney stepped away from Sammy Brady? The show adapted, introducing recasts or temporary absences that kept the narrative alive. For Godfrey, a coma exit could be poetic, allowing Sarah to wake up refreshed, perhaps with amnesia or a new perspective that shakes up alliances. Of course, we can't ignore the fan reactions, which have been nothing short of explosive. Social media is ablaze with hashtags like Sylvester Horton and Rachel Redemption. Forums dissect every frame. Was Rachel's remorse genuine, or is there more manipulation afoot? Some fans theorize a twist, maybe the ice cream was tampered with by an unseen enemy, turning this into a whodunit. Others worry about the message it sends to young viewers about allergies and bullying. At TV Days Drama Digest, we encourage healthy discussion. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Sarah's headed for a coma? Will this lead to Godfrey's departure, or is it a red herring? As we wrap up this deep dive, I thought we could talk Days drama. For hours, let's circle back to the core of why this storyline captivates us. In a world of predictable plots, Days of Our Lives reminds us that life in soap life is messy, unforgiving, and full of second chances. Sarah's brush with death isn't just about survival. It's about the human capacity for error and empathy. Whether she slips into a coma or bounces back with vengeance, one thing's certain: Salem will never be the same. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.